Good morning and welcome back to Hannah's Harvest. Today I spent some time out in the garden and harvested several different vegetables, and so I'm excited to preserve them with you today. Also, my dog Paisley and I just got back from a walk, so if you can hear panting or even hear her collar, that's what that noise is. So I'm happy for you to join me today as we work on making some okra, pickles, and some cowboy candy. Today I want to show you what it looks like to harvest and can vegetables from a small garden. When I first started gardening, I had grand dreams of canning up and preserving food to last for an entire year. And I've seen a lot of videos about that. And while it's really inspiring, it can also be discouraging if you're in a place of having a temporary garden space or even not having a lot of space to garden. So if you're in that boat, so am I. My garden is not only temporary, but it's very small. And I'm only getting a handful of each crop at a time. So I've had to learn to be smart on how to preserve my harvest, to use it in the best ways. Okay, here's everything I have saved from the last 3 days or so. And I definitely have plenty of peppers to make cowboy candy. Unfortunately, before the squash vine borers took my cucumbers, I was only able to get one. So I went ahead and bought some mini pickling cucumbers at the store that we'll use for our pickles. I also have some other kind of random things, some green tomatoes, some beans, and some strawberries that I will work with today as well. I'm going to start with the cucumbers, and we'll just go ahead and get these chopped up and have them sitting in the pickling salt until we're ready to can them up. So we have enough to make about half of a recipe of the bread and butter pickles. I have the cucumbers, the onion, and the salt sitting together. I mixed them up, and I'm just going to set that aside while we work on our pickled okra. I'm going to go ahead and sanitize the jars in boiling water, and that way they'll be ready when we're ready to pack them and can them. For our okra brine, I'm starting with salt, then adding equal parts water and vinegar. While the brine is coming to a boil and our jars are disinfecting, I am just chopping the okra in half so that they'll be small enough to fit into the jar. For the okra, I'm going to start by adding in the dill, red pepper flakes, and the garlic. Now I'm going to be putting in the okra. And I could get the jar fuller, but this is all the okra that I have ready right now. The recipe did recommend pickling the okra whole, but they were too big to fit in the jar. So next time I'm going to harvest them smaller, and I won't have to cut them up. The brine is hot and ready, so I'm going to go ahead and fill the jar. I left about 1/4 of an inch of space. While the okra is processing, I'm going to go ahead and get the cowboy candy going. And ideally, I would have been able to have large batches to can at the same time, but because I'm doing different recipes, I'm canning these one at a time, which is not as efficient, but it's totally fine with me. brine for the Cowboy Candy is boiling and ready. I have the peppers chopped up, so I'm going to go ahead and add them. And this recipe I'm using today says to boil the peppers in the brine for about 15 minutes. So that's what I'm going to be doing before we can them up. I'm going ahead and rinsing off the cucumber and onion, and we'll get it added to our brine. I have the pickles in their brine. I'm going to go ahead and let that come up to a boil. The kitchen is a total mess. While our jars are processing, I'm going to go ahead and clean everything up. Pickles, okra, and Cowboy Candy are all finished, and I got the kitchen all cleaned up. It was a total mess. That's something to know about canning. If you're going to take the time to can, it can be a really messy process, but the 15 minutes that they boiled was a perfect amount of time for me to get everything cleaned up, and I'm really excited to see how they turned out. Thank you for joining me today. As always, I'll link the recipes I used in the description. I hope that you're inspired to try canning, even if you're on a small scale, or even if you're not able to grow any of your own fruits or vegetables. You can and preserve food from the store as well.